everyone, I'm Natalie Henry Charles and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about how to keep your little munchkins busy so you can get some work done during the day. If you want to learn how to keep your little ones busy so you can get some work done, be sure to stay all the way through to the end of the video. Let's get started. Hi everyone, so today we're talking about something that is very near and dear to my heart. It is children's activities, and it is basically how I am able to get work done during the day. So first and foremost, I want to say that every family is different. Every situation is different. We are coming from, and I'm coming from the perspective of a two-parent household. My husband is currently working from home because of the pandemic. And so I just wanted to preface all of that because I know things are different if your significant other is working all the time. I know it's different if you're military. I know it's different if you are a single parent. So this is all coming from the perspective of somebody who is married and having a significant other within the house. So I just want to get that out of the way and preface everything. But essentially we're going to talk about how I keep my little ones busy throughout the day. And essentially I want to talk to you guys about activities that are not screen time related. So one more disclosure before we get started. My little ones do watch TV. I think that would be dishonest to say that they don't watch TV. They do watch TV, but I don't let them watch TV all day. That's not something that we're gonna do in this house. I do want them learning. I do want them interacting. I do want their little imaginations to develop. And so TV watching, that's not something that I want them doing. I won't lie, I watched a lot of TV when I was younger and I turned out fine, but I try and limit their TV watching to like at most like 2.5 hours. That's like the max. And that is if I have deadlines that I need to get done. That is if I have like a huge shipment that needs to go out today. Like maybe I've promised a retailer that their shipment is going to go out today. That is the only time I would let them go beyond their time. So today we're going to talk about how to keep them busy. Okay, so first and foremost, we don't have a set schedule. I know that there are some moms that like they plan every single aspect of their day. I've tried that. It doesn't work for us. I'm not saying it doesn't work for anyone. It doesn't work for us. We've tried that and it's a little bit too strict. We like the ebbs and flows of the day. So we have major events and then we fill the time in between. So when they wake up, I pretty much just get them ready for the day, get them breakfast, and breakfast is kind of like the first major moment of the day. So when they're done eating, I notice that their attention spans are very, very, very good because they've had a full night's, hopefully. They've had a full night's rest. So they're alert and energetic, and they've just had a meal, so they're not hungry and distracted. So I try and do, it's not real homeschool because I'm not a teacher, but I bought this packet. I'll link it down below. It's pre-K curriculum, and it was a packet that I bought. I think it was like $25 or something like that. I'm not really sure, but it was very affordable, and they're printables. So I always just print something off for them, and we'll do like homeschool lessons in the morning. We'll usually do about 30 to 45 minutes. And the pages, I actually don't have one, but like I said, I'll link it down below. The pages are kind of like coloring book pages. So I will have either my laptop or my iPad at the table with them. And when they're doing their free play, like coloring activities, then I'll try and get some quick things done. So that's usually about like 30 to 45 minutes. And like I said, we have major events during the day and they're usually mealtime. So I break it up into like breakfast, lunch, dinner, pre-bedtime, I guess, and then obviously when they're sleeping. So we do like homeschool in the morning, coloring activities, playroom. So they have a playroom, and again, I know I'm speaking from a different perspective. They have a separate room dedicated for their toys and such. They have toys throughout the house, but the majority of their toys are in their playroom. So sometimes they'll go play in the playroom, and if they're in the playroom, then I'll usually turn on I don't know what Alexa actually goes to, but I usually just say, hey Alexa, play Little Baby Bum, or kids songs, or kids music, and usually she'll come up with something. So but my kids do like listening to music, so we'll do that in the beginning half, and all of that is me trying to fill the time until lunch. And I like the first half of the day to stay screen free. Like I said, I just feel like their attention span is a lot better in the morning, so I try and keep the beginning half of the day screen free. By lunchtime, they're starving, so we get them lunch. While they're eating, I try and get some more things done. And the way my business is set up, I try and work primarily at night, so I'll try and fill my orders, or like at least pull my tickets and pull my inventory at night. And then during the day, I'll try and do little things like write my thank you notes, or, you know, get everything in cellos. Easy stuff that I don't have to worry about focusing too much on, because I notice that when I have to focus on something, it just usually doesn't work during the day. There's yelling, there's screaming, there's lots of noise. Most of the time there's a lot of noise at my house. So I have learned to just you know, try and do the easy stuff during the day, and the high concentration things I try and do at night. Okay, so after lunch, again, their attention span is usually pretty good. So I try and do some sort of activity, whether it's sensory play, or we have buckets that I come up with. I'm gonna link my Pinterest board down below. There's a ton of activities on there, and usually they're pretty easy, or like mess free even. So I'm gonna link it down below, so be sure to check out my Pinterest board for kids activities, because that has been a lifesaver. Another thing that's a lifesaver is the dollar section at Target, and we also go to the dollar store, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. They usually have like these little just cheapy activities for them to do, whether it's like painting a bunny and a carrot for Easter, or painting a little wooden volleyball for summer. Usually they have seasonal stuff, which is awesome. I can teach kids about the different seasons, the different holidays. It's all in one, and that keeps their attention. Like painting or some sort of activity, one of those cheap activities, that holds their attention for like at least another 45 to an hour. So their attention span is really good after they eat. So we'll usually do that after lunch. By that time, we're towards the end of the day, because we do like a late lunch. We usually do like either 12:30 or 1. So usually it's about, by the time they're done eating and whatnot at the table, it's usually about, I would say like 1:30, almost 2-ish. And so once I do that activity, if we're at 2 already, that's already 3. So at that point is when I will let them watch some TV. In their playroom, they do have a TV, and I will turn that on. I'm going to insert some clips of one of the sensory play activities that we did. I got them some water beads. They were like $7 on Amazon. I'll link that down below also. And honestly, they had so much fun. They played with it all day. So if you can find something like that where they're interested in it and it keeps their attention for a long span of time, then that is the way to go. And I'm actually going to show it because, well, the pool's still in here. My office is a mess, so don't judge. But the pool is actually still in my studio. And so they love, when they come in here, I try and keep them busy with some sort of activity. Just because I've noticed, I try and keep them busy when they come in here with some sort of activity, because I've noticed that sometimes they can get a little bit rambunctious. They can get into my stuff, they can get into my product, and like all this is product, so it's like all open face, if you can see. I don't really want them touching my stuff because this is stuff that I have to sell, you know, and some of it is stuff that I have to sell not only to like a customer, but like a retail customer. But you know, if they get into something, then I'm kind of out that money for that product. So I always try and keep them busy when they come in here. That's why I had the pool with the water beads in it, and they absolutely loved it. They didn't touch anything in here. They didn't, nothing. They were just like into their water beads. And I let them put toys in there, so they also had their toys plus the water beads, so that was very exciting for them. So it's all about finding activities that you know will excite them and engage their little minds. And like I said, I'm going to link that Pinterest board down below so you can see. So by the end of the day, either 3 or 4 o'clock, I will let them watch TV. My husband gets off at 5. I usually try and stop working around 4:30 so that I can cook. And then depending on my workload, how it goes, either my husband will give them dinner and I have to skip that family time and come in here and work, or eat in here and work. But for the most part, we do try and eat together. And then from there, you know, once it's dinner time, once we're done with dinner, it's just a little bit of family time and we start the bedtime routine. So once they fall asleep, then I'm able to come in here and really get some work done. But I wanted to give you guys some ideas as to how I get things done, a loose schedule as to how I plan out my day, or like loosely plan out my day. And like I said, it's literally about the 3 major meals and then filling the time in between, and filling it in a way where they're not bored, filling it in a way where they're not just glued to the TV. Another activity that we've done is slime. We literally made it out of shaving cream and I think contact solution. I'll link it down below also. Super easy, so much fun, and they played with it for such a long time. I try and do mess-free activities because well, you already know, I'm not trying to clean up after beyond the toys. I'm not trying to clean up additional stuff, you know, so I try and do mess-free stuff. The slime was good. I will say, like, if you notice, the pool was on a blanket so that it would catch any of the extra water beads. Whenever we give them like an activity, we always spread something so that there's not paint in the carpets or paint on the tables, or, you know, shaving cream everywhere. And honestly, I would rather that than like them to color on the walls, which they have done, you know. I would rather them do those things than create like a crazier mess, if that makes sense. So we have done slime. Slime is great too. That kept them very busy. And then letting them help to make things. So, you know, sometimes we'll even stop and do cooking, you know, and I'll let them help me bake, you know, and we'll bake like a cake or something. That's something where they're interested and they can get excited throughout the entire day. And you can bribe them. And you know, you could say, okay, well, you have to make sure and be a good girl or a good boy so that you get your cake that you made today after dinner, you know. So it's all about finding ways to engage their minds and to keep their minds busy, because I notice when my kids, when their minds are not busy, they start getting into things, you know. So check out my Pinterest board down below, get some ideas for yourself. I hope this video was helpful to you. Please let me know down below if you took any of the activities from the Pinterest board. I'd love to know how they went for you and your family. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so appreciative for everyone that watches. I can't tell you how fulfilling this is for me. This is definitely something that I'm doing for fun and to help other mothers like myself, because sometimes motherhood can feel very lonely, and especially when you work from home, it is only amplified. So I really just want to thank you guys, and I hope that we can build an amazing community of strong mamas that are working. If you like this video, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell notification so you get notified every time we drop a new video. Thanks again for watching and have a great day, guys. Bye.